Hello and welcome to About Coding with Tricks and Examples, and this is Selection Screens and Ranges. In this lecture, you will learn about preparing your selection screens and how they work on selection screen processing. Also, you will learn how to use ranges. Selection screens are special screens for your executable programs, having role of being the interface of your program. They are global declarations and you can use the values in everywhere in your programs. Now let's define a selection screen. Selection screen has two different variables that you can use in it. One is parameters and one is select options. Let's start with parameters. So as we created our ZFIT payment table, we can use its values for our parameters. Let me use P. I'm starting with P for parameter. Which refers to document number of that table. Now I'm activating my code. When I execute my program, you see a screen will pop up and you will now see that the program is waiting an input from you, which is a document number. You can also change this. I will show it to you. And let's see select options. We can use S for select options. Type, we can't use type here. We have to use for select options because it's a range. FIT payment. Now you see this is a single parameter input and this is a range input. It's actually wants you to enter a range, but also you can just fill this low field, or this is the high field. You can enter both. And also there's a button here for multiple selection which pops up the screen. Now let's go back. If you want your input screen look more elegant, you can use block selection screen begin of block 1 with frame title text 01 selection screen end of block 1. Now I activate, it gives me an error. Actually you need to write 001. Now let's see. Now you see it's in a block. Also, you can define checkbox and radio button groups in your selection screen. I write parameters, the check as checkbox. As you see, it auto completes. And parameters, I give R1 for radio button. Let's write radio button group, and I give the radio button group RG, and I can give a default value for it, which is X, so it will be selected default when the program executes. And actually radio button group needs another radio button, so I'll define R2, which has the same radio button group. Now I activate my code and execute. As you see, I have one checkbox here and one radio button group which has two radio buttons in it, R1 and R2. Also, I can give a default value on any of these variables. I give default system date to this as datum. As you see, low field is filled with today's date. Before moving on, let's fill these text fields. I double click on text 001. It asks me to create it, as I want to create it. Let's write selection criteria for our selection screen block. Now you see it's here, selection criteria, and I'll go to text elements, selection texts. As you see, the defined variables in our selection screen is now here. Some have dictionary values which I can click, and I will click, and I press enter. You see the text fields are filled automatically, but you can change them without checking them. And let's see, checkbox 1 radio 1 and radio 2, and I save and activate. You need to actually activate these text symbols and text fields. Go back. When I press F8, you see now the text I filled is here.